Hi, welcome back. Or if you're just joining, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranleyplace, where I'm focused on Hermès scarf style, inspiration, and more. Before we get started, let me give a shout out to all the channel members, and special welcome to the knot connoisseurs and elegant insiders. I appreciate your ongoing support. If you haven't seen the membership options, please do check them out. In this video, I'll review a 90cm silk twill from Hermès' Spring-Summer 2026 season called Bris de Gala au Fil de Soie, originally by Hugo Grygkar and reimagined now by Florence Manlik. We'll take a look at the artist's background and design lineage, the design inspiration and visual architecture, and then a collector's ranking of available colorways and why. Let's get started. This silk carré Bris de Gala au Fil de Soie is a design that sits at a very interesting intersection of Hermès history and modern interpretation. The original Bris de Gala, as you may know, was designed in 1957 by Hugo Grygkar, whose influence on Hermès silk cannot really be overstated. Grygkar established the brand's visual grammar, symmetrical compositions, ceremonial equestrian imagery, and a sense of disciplined elegance that still defines Hermès scarves decades later. This Au Fil de Soie version is interpreted by Florence Manlik, an artist known for her expressive line work and ability to soften classic motifs without losing their authority. Rather than redesigning Bris de Gala, Manlik approaches it almost like an archivist, allowing the original structure to remain visible while reworking the surface language. What's important here is that this isn't a remix for novelty's sake. Hermès has revisited Bris de Gala many times, but this version feels especially thoughtful. It respects the original ceremonial gravity while introducing something more intimate and contemporary, a sense that the design is being drawn in real time rather than presented as a finished emblem. For collectors, this places Bris de Gala au Fil de Soie firmly in the category of reinterpretation rather than reproduction, which matters when thinking about long-term relevance. Visually, the first thing you notice about Bris de Gala au Fil de Soie is the line quality. The bridles and reins aren't rigidly outlined. They feel sketched, layered, and slightly in motion. The title itself, Au Fil de Soie, literally suggests by the silk thread, and that idea really comes through. The design feels as though it's been drawn with silk rather than printed onto it. There's an intentional looseness, almost like a preparatory drawing, that contrasts beautifully with the formality of the subject matter. Despite that looseness, the composition remains balanced and unmistakably Hermès. The symmetry is still there, the equestrian elements are still central, but the mood has shifted. Where the original Bris de Gala can feel ceremonial, almost courtly, this version feels more personal, more fluid, and more wearable. From a distance, it still reads as classic Hermès equestrian iconography. Up close, it becomes more expressive and artistic thanks to Manlik. That duality is one of its strongest qualities, especially for collectors who care about how a scarf performs, both visually and emotionally. This is a design that rewards handling, folding, draping, and seeing how different sections surface depending on how it's worn. When you look across the Bris de Gala au Fil de Soie palette this season, there's a clear gradient from classic refinement on one end to more expressive energy on the other. Here's how I'd rank these colorways for collectors and wearers, not just by prettiness, but by mood, versatility, and longevity. The Blanc, Noir, Rouge is the most timeless and statement-ready. This version sits at the top of the list for sheer impact. The stark interplay of black and white provides high contrast that makes the sketch-like lines sing, while the red accents add just the right amount of energy. In daylight, it reads crisp and graphic. Indoors, it feels effortlessly chic, like a classic Hermès scarf you could wear across decades. It's ideal for a collector who loves archival energy with a slightly modern edge, refined yet unmistakable. Next, I'd place the marron glacé, a warm muted brown, paired with navy and white. This is quiet luxury and for everyday wear. This feels like the most Hermès wardrobe staple colorway of the bunch. In sunshine, it feels warm and composed. In indoor lighting, it reads rich and quietly elegant. This is the option that will appeal most to collectors who want something they can wear with a blazer, a trench, or a simple cashmere sweater, timeless with just a touch of personality. Next is the Blanc Rose Caramel. Soft, refined, and approachable. This softer palette feels almost like an elevated neutral family. The ivory backdrop with the rose and caramel tones creates a mood that's warm and tender rather than stark. Outdoors, it will have a delicate glow. Inside, it feels cozy and refined. It's a very wearable choice for someone who loves elegance without drama, a collector-friendly piece to both classic wardrobes and seasonal wear. Next is the Gris Pearl Jaune et Rose, subtle with a touch of play. Here, the more muted gray pearl base calms the brighter accents of yellow and rose. It strikes a balance between softness and visual interest. In daylight, this one will feel light and spring-ready, while indoors it will read a soft and inviting. This is a great choice for someone who appreciates nuance, not too loud, not too quiet, with a slightly youthful artistic spirit. The Blue Jaune Blanc Corail. Casual, fresh, and energetic, this version brings a breezy, almost nautical feel. The blue jean feels relaxed in sunshine, almost summer-ready, and the coral lifts the composition with warmth. Indoors, it feels lively without being overwhelming. This colorway suits a wearer who gravitates towards energetic daytime looks, a bit younger in attitude, but still unmistakably refined. Finally, Orange Clair, Blanc, and Khaki, the most expressive and seasonal of the group. In bright light, it practically glows and feels playful. Indoors, it can feel bold and intentional. This one will appeal most to someone who loves statement pieces, vibrant, slightly adventurous, and perfect for standout outfits. Because of its warmth and contrast, it feels less timeless classic and more about joyful wear. So there you have it, more on this design from Hermès' Spring-Summer 2026 collection. Please like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other scarf reviews, inspiration, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time!